All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got ourselves one of the most epic roasts that I think I've seen in a long time. I mean, my God, this video is absolutely insane. And the sad thing is that it's coming from someone who is speaking calmer than I usually do when I have conversations with people. It's insane. Sun Grand Studios is fantastic. You guys should really check out his YouTube channel. And I'm going to leave the link to this video in the description box below. But what he ends up doing is completely and utterly roasting God of War developer David Jaffe. You know, Mr. Jaffe, the guy who I absolutely cooked in a 15-minute debate that he rage quit from. Yeah, that David Jaffe, he absolutely cooks them in a 4-minute video, and I figure, hell, let's react to it. You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic idea.
So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, really quick, Sun Grand Studios, in case you guys are unaware, he always does his videos in a very professional manner in the sense of his overall dress code and his demeanor. And a lot of it has to do with just overall a very effective troll. I mean, the guy's an absolute genius in terms of response videos and doing these kind of like, I guess, directed videos or talking to someone's style videos. It's insane. So let's get into it. Let's see what he's got to say about David Jaffe.
Thank you for joining me. Today, we will discuss the topic of David Jaffe, a senior veteran of the games industry, publicly attacking a consumer and content creator known as Vera Dark. Please wait until the end of the video so I may offer an apology to David. Recently, David has made statements...
That's a great hook, by the way, knowing that you damn well are not going to apologize to this man in any way, but that's a good hook.
...on his YouTube channel, insulting and attacking Vera. The basis of David's attack is to denigrate Vera by asserting that her success as a content creator is not attributed to hard work and competence, but instead is owed entirely to her only two values, her attractive looks and gender. This is a strange...
Again, I've spoken about this in another video in length when it comes to Vera Dark, but I'll just reiterate in the smallest way possible. David Jaffe is coping and seething. This is cope when you try to look at a female streamer and blame her success strictly on her looks and whatnot, when there is hundreds, if not thousands, I would say thousands, to be honest. Yeah, tens of thousands of female streamers out there on Twitch, on YouTube that are hot, objectively speaking, and they have no platform. Absolutely zero platform. Nobody's watching them, maybe 2 or 3 people. So if it was all about looks and that's all that was needed in order to be successful, then, you know, why don't they have a platform? And Vera Dark does, when she does the bare minimum in terms of looks, right? It's not like she's out here having her titties out here and whatnot. I mean, she's fully covered up, never really dresses in any kind of provocative way, and yet she gets thousands upon thousands of views. I'm just saying.
Statement coming from someone who advocates for this modern cultural movement. David's words and actions echo those of a cultural movement which has core philosophies built around identity supremacy and tearing people down based on their gender and politics. Not uplifting people, tearing people down. Then they claim to be...
Which is actually amazing, because this is the guy who claims to be about positivity and wanting to talk about the good in the gaming industry. You know, like all these typical losers do, the fake ass positivity people. They want to pretend like we're just angry all the time, blah, blah, blah. Although we talk about the good and the positive, they just don't listen to the positive speak. That's just the truth of it, right? The algorithm knows you better than anybody. So if all you're doing is finding out negative videos, that's because that's all you're watching. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You like that stuff. The algorithm knows you like that stuff, but we have positive content too. At the bare minimum, what you would even deem positive. But truth be told, I don't view it as negative to talk about the issues in the gaming industry. I think it's a positive thing to talk about the issues in the gaming industry. We need more transparency in this industry where they're trying to do less transparency.
Fighting for marginalized groups so they can then use those people as human shields and as bulletproof armor. Today I will not be addressing David directly. I will not set out to insult David, my senior in the games industry, and I will explain that in a moment. Today I will not be defending Vera Dark. The reason being is that Vera does not require any assistance in defending herself from a man as small as David Jaffe. Women are not damsels in distress. Their gender has no impact on their ability to defend themselves against people like David Jaffe.
Dude, like, can you imagine what it must be like to be David Jaffe watching this video and getting absolutely cooked in the most monotone, simple voice imaginable? I mean, my God, this is a man. Like, David Jaffe's a man who gets emotional immediately. Like, if you guys watch my little conversation with him, you'll realize that he was emotional when the conversation even began, let alone by the end of it. So imagine getting cooked by this guy who's speaking so goddamn like he just took some sort of like mellowed out drug beforehand. It's insane.
David describes Vera as a mental lightweight. I cannot fault David for this. In the same way that a dog cannot understand why a human would create a painting or write a book, David is not capable of identifying intelligence or lack thereof. No, I will not defend Vera Dark, because she is more than intelligent enough and strong enough to deal with someone like David on her own. Were I in a position to offer Vera advice on the matter, it would simply be that a famous senior veteran of the games industry engaging in playground-level misbehavior is just not worth her time. As game developers and public figures, we must understand and accept the responsibility that we are not just here to produce entertainment media. We must lead by example and show people they can aspire to greatness, that they can work hard to follow their dreams, but most importantly, what it means to be a good person. As developers,
Yeah, but I think it's pretty obvious that David Jaffe doesn't know what it means to be a good person. I mean, just look at some of the things that not only he advocates for, but that he's actually done. I mean, he doesn't really care about being a good person. He might say that he does, but a lot of these people that have that particular mindset say that they do, right? It's all about the perception of virtue. It's not actually being virtuous, right? So they'll be online and they'll try to lie to you and tell you that they're so damn virtuous and that their progressive policies are so damn morally superior to yours. And then when you actually push them and you actually combat them even a little bit, the mask ends up slipping off, and then before you know it, they're claiming that female streamers are only successful because of their looks. I mean, this is how we got here.
Adults, we are not just here for ourselves. We are here for everyone. As I mentioned, I will not address David directly. The reason being is that David exhibits the psychological profile of someone who cries very easily, then offloads his trauma by projecting onto his children. For that reason, I will not say anything negative about David and will restrict my language solely to making basic statements of fact. I will avoid addressing David directly, except for this one final statement. My apology to David Jaffe. To David, I sincerely apologize that your parents have failed you this badly, and you turned out this way. Your father should have shown you what it means to be a real man.
Oh, no.
But based on your recent misconduct, it is apparent he failed you. I hope that one day, even if it takes a long time, you will figure out how to be an example of a good adult for your own son, so that one day you can show him what it means to be a good man. A man should have no difficulty figuring out what that means by the time he's in his 50s. That is, of course, unless he is a mental lightweight.
Holy shit. Not the stare. Anything but the stare. That's the disappointed dad stare. Oh my God. No. No, don't do that to him. He's going to have a melty melt about this. I already know. If David Jaffe watches this video, by the time he gets to the end, this face right here is going to give him a melty melt of epic proportions. Great job, Sun Grand Studios. I was 100% subscribed to you before. YouTube has unsubscribed me from you, which is odd because it did it with Endymion too, so I'm going to fix that right now and give you a subscribe. But like I said, guys, I'm going to leave a link to this video down in the description. Please go support it if you haven't seen it already. Give it a like. Leave your thoughts on his comments so that way he gets more support because he absolutely deserves it for this royal cook that happened here on screen in the most calm manner that I've seen in a long time. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.